Hello, Alex Tsushiyama, back this time with part 1 of a Let's Play of Hot Wheels Mechanics, a racing game developed by THQ in 2001 to tie in with Mattel's Hot Wheels Mechanics toy line that was released about the same time. For anyone not familiar, Hot Wheels are like little small, about 1/64th scale die-cast cars that are either based on custom designs or based on, actual cars. And this game has absolutely almost nothing to do with the actual Mechanics toy line, which was basically real-life cars that you could trick out with random stuff like monster truck tires, spoilers, and manifolds and stuff. All the cars in this game are actual Hot Wheels cars that weren't in the Mechanics toy line, although you can see the X tool as both the mouse cursor, which I'm not entirely sure you can see, and this little icon up in the upper left corner. So, without any further ado, let's go! Starting out with the Urban Wasteland and unlocking some cars. Now you start out with 6 cars. This thing, this other thing, this thing that kind of looks space-ish and has a backwards license plate. No, it doesn't. Some of them do. This one, which is kind of an iconic car, it's not modeled well, really. And like a Hot Rod T, Model T, whatever. All of the beginning cars suck, but the modeling's not too bad for 2001. You pick a car. If you've unlocked any upgrades, you can equip them now. Otherwise, they'll auto-equip when you collect them in the game, and paint is equipped per car. You have to collect paint for each car in the game, and I intend to do that in later videos. So let's go. So it takes you through a little tour of the track to see what you can win for getting first place and 100 extra, which are the boxes. Gold boxes give out 10, silver boxes give out 5. And as you can see, this is like if like Route 66 through like Arizona or New Mexico or something. I'm not sure. Although I'm not sure whether anywhere in New Mexico or Arizona has this density of oil wells. So, like, you can play this with a keyboard or I'm using a joystick. I'd be using a racing wheel, but and see your tires like articulate individually. Got it. Because you can see when you get an equipment, get an upgrade on each individual track without equipping anything in its place, it auto-equips. That just with an engine upgrade. So it means I'll be slightly faster than every other car here. Also, the AI can collect extra stuff to do with it. And you can ram the opponents. And yeah, the thing I just collected were tiny, tiny wings. Why are there wings? Let's find out. Jump? Couldn't quite make it. Yeah, this is a racing game that has an actual jump button in it. Like, and it's not like Mario Kart, where the jump button is really help you drift. No, this is an actual jump. And you can fly. And it's kind of weird and pretty awesome, because there's tracks later on where there's less gravity, so you can get a lot of airtime. Oh yeah, hitting the train, bad idea. It'll cause you to get damaged and you lose all of the speed bonuses you've collected up until this point, which you collect by going through the checkpoints. Also, the same thing happens if you get crushed underneath one of the oil wells. There is no penalty for driving through the oil, it's just kind of there. And unless... I can't really turn well with the joystick, I don't know why. It's kind of annoying, but jump button. Oh. And usual back up to brake sort of thing going on here. Now this track only has 6 laps, so I'm gonna go the wrong way to select the next tool, because I want to unlock all the cars on each track. For there, I'm pretty firmly in first place at this point. And 15 more next tool. And then... there you go. Got a car. Also, if you skip checkpoint, bam, power down. You can only skip 2 checkpoints per... You can only skip 2 checkpoints per race before you have to restart. And also, if you skip 2 checkpoints, like, you go from start gate to checkpoint 3, then it screws up. Also, I'm not sure if you saw that, but there's kind of a lag spike there. Not entirely sure what happened, but I unlocked all the paint jobs for this car, as if I'm ever going to use it again. Like, seriously, I'm not going to use, like, outside of unlocking paint for these, I am not using the crap cars again. I'll alternate between using the better cars from each track and the less good cars from each track. Like, if you unlock a better car from getting first place, then you can getting all 100x rules. But, yeah, that was simple. Not exactly the hardest game. It's actually really easy. And I won 2 cars, and you get to hear the country music playing. And the science book. Each track has its own aesthetic. So, completed the Urban Wasteland. It is marked as done. Let's move on to the Tiki Jungle. Surely this is a track that is full of cultural sensitivity. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and use the best car I've unlocked. And I'm going to not equip any of the upgrades, because when you get upgrades from the boxes and the tracks before you unlock them, it auto-equips. So you can see there's a track driving through a lava temple, there's palm trees, there's grass huts, there's disembodied King Kong head, there's Moai for some reason, volcano. There's cultural sensitivity out of that here. And it appears we're on the coast somehow. Anyway, the main reason I chose the best car is because you want to get ahead, because it's hard to... Yeah, these are pontoon tires. They're good for a very specific purpose on 2 tracks, otherwise suck. These are medium weight. They let you fly slightly farther. This is the reason why pontoon tires are good. Water. Water slows you down unless you have pontoon tires or there's a glitch. And the engine, and also, I'm playing this with a really, really old disc, so Tiki Jungle likes to screw up. Also, Moai topple like dominoes in this game. We'll get to that later. Like, I intend to, like, actually explore each track fully. Also, you just saw King Kong there, see? Not entirely sure what he's doing in a track that's based on South America. Whatever. And there's also Mayan step pyramids for no good reason. And the airport, which has slightly better reason for being there. And this is really just... let's take all the jungle tropes and put them in one track. Like, even the music. Like, all the tracks have pretty good music, but I really don't like Tiki Jungle's music too much because it's really tribal. It's hopefully... Also, yeah, if I can manage it, also pontoon tires will make it look like... Yeah, I think getting hit by the plane, on this track, getting hit by the plane kills you. Forces you to restart. Falling in the lava kills you, forces you to restart power runs. And killing just means you teleport back in a second. Like, Tiki Jungle is really the only track that's having huge problems. Also, falling in any of this water, except for very certain places, right here, will hit me. I only have 60 XPs. I am running out of time. What's up here? You can't climb that. You gotta come in that. Lag. I really wish lag would happen. Oh, yeah. As you can see, that's what happens if you hit an obstacle. That kills you. It powers you down, and you go teleport back to near where you died. Or to near left checkpoint. And I'm, once again, pretty solidly in first place. Oh, yeah, if you, in this water right there that I'm driving through right there, even if you don't have pontoon tires, you won't get slowed down. Fairly certain of the glitch. 90x tools. Last one. Awesome. Won a car. Also, this is pretty much the only time you'll ever see the smaller medium things. Like, I might bust them out when I'm collecting paint jobs, but during the actual main game, I'm not using them. They're just not as good as what's coming up next. And I won 2 cars again. That's always a good thing. Dune Buggy and the Sweet 16. I actually own the Sweet 16. Not that patron, but yeah. I don't think I have the Dune Buggy though. No. Either way. So, Tiki Jungle is done. Let's move on to the Pluto Mines. Space. Final frontier. And let's just go for it. You can see that the cars you unlock with 200x with 100x tools only have 200 horsepower with air quotes implied. And it just means that the car's going to be slower than the cars you unlock for first place. See, touring through here, it's got some pretty awesome music. There's ice, there's snow, there's checkpoints, and it's like Antarctica. So it's called Pluto Mines. I don't get it either. Also, I'm lucky that I'm racing against either the Sweet 16 or the Super Modified ones. Whatever. No one else has upgraded wheels. Well, that's off-road tires, but that doesn't help. Either way, this track, the biggest obstacle is the ice. It will send you slip sliding due to your handling. Until you get the spike tires, which you don't get right away. Then you get the best up engine upgrade, which means the other two will never be seen again. Then you get long wings, which means that the medium and short wings will never be seen again. And now you have spiked tires. Spiked tires are awesome. They negate traction problems with ice. And they make it easier for you to disable other cars, as you saw during the Urban Wasteland track. If you get hit the wrong way, your car's going to get damaged. Or basically, it's like getting power down, except you don't lose any power. You stop for a few seconds and get teleported. And spike tires are the hardest to actually get disabled with. You can disable with them the easiest. Pontoon tires are the easiest to get disabled with. You can't disable other people with them. And since this track is allegedly taking place on Pluto, there is less gravity, so I can fly better. And there's two other tracks that are a lot better for space. Just screwing around, but we're not there yet. If you fall in that water stuff on either side of the bridge, power that. I'm not entirely sure what the other obstacle is on this track, but I think that might be it. Also, I might not come back to this when exploring because there's really not much to explore. Like, all three of the space tracks are like this, that you can see pretty much everything you need to see just by driving. Although, yeah, that guy was disabled. Music here is awesome. I don't want to jump up there. Ram this guy. This is actually the first time we've gotten Nitro. Nitro does what it does in most games, and we won again. So, there we go. Unlock the Shadow Cat and the Shadow Jet. In that order. Anyway, back to Nitro. Nitro speeds you up. I really don't see a point. This game is easy, it's so easy that that's just kind of overkill. Anyway, with those 2 tracks completed, we unlock 3 new tracks. The Moon Base, the Beachway, and the Construction Site. All of which are 8 laps instead of 6. So, I think that'll do for this episode. Anyone just comment, rate, subscribe, tell me what you think. I'm probably going to be recording all of these in one shot, so any suggestions you make will probably be ignored. But anyway, comment, rate, subscribe, and take care.